red caps. He walked up and down the street, holding himself very straight so as not to upset his caps. As he went along, he called,
Caps, caps for sale, 50 cents a cap. Caps for sale, 50 cents a cap.
One morning, he couldn't sell any caps. He walked up the street and he walked down the street calling,
Caps, caps for sale, 50 cents each cap. Caps for sale, 50 cents cap.
but nobody wanted any caps that morning. Nobody wanted even a red cap. He began to feel very hungry, but he had no money for lunch. I think I'll go for a walk in the country, he said. And he walked out of town, slowly, so as not to upset his caps. He walked for a long time until he came to a great big tree. That's a nice place for a rest, thought he. He sat down very slowly under the tree and leaned back little by little against the tree trunk so as not to disturb the caps on his head. Then he put up his hand to feel if they were straight. First, his own check cap, then the gray caps, then the brown caps, then the blue caps, and then the red caps on the very top. They were all there, so he went to sleep. He slept for a very long time. He was sleeping. But before standing up, he felt his hand to make sure his caps were in the right place. All he felt was his own check cap. He looked to the right of him, no caps. He looked to the left of him, no caps. He looked in back of him, no caps. He looked behind the tree, no caps. Then he looked up in the tree, and what do you think he saw? On every branch sat a monkey. On every monkey was a gray, or a brown, or a blue, or a red cap. The fellow looked at the monkeys. The monkeys looked at the fellow. He didn't know what to do. Finally, he spoke to them.
You monkey, you give me my head back.
Shaking his finger at them.
You monkeys, give me my head back.
But the monkeys only shook their fingers back at him and said, This made the fellow angry. So he shook both hands at them and said,
You monkeys, give me my head back.
but the monkeys only shook both their hands back at him and said, Now he felt quite angry. He stamped his foot and he said,
Give me my hands, my head back.
but the monkeys only stepped their feet back at him and said, By this time the fellow was really very angry. He stamped both his feet and shouted,
You monkeys, give me my head back.
but the monkeys only stepped both their feet back at him and said, Unless he became so angry that he put off his own cap, threw it on the ground, and began to walk away. But then each monkey put off his cap, and all the gray caps, all the brown caps, and all the blue caps, and all the red caps came flying down off the tree. So the fellow picked up his caps and put them back on his head. First, his own check cap, then the gray cap, then the brown caps, then the blue caps, and then the red caps on the very top. And slowly, he walked back to town calling,
Caps, caps for sale, 50 cents each cap. Caps for sale, 50 cents cap.
The end.